Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's week 2 in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills are 2-0. I'm Daryl Duvall.
So am I.
Slick Willie Jones behind the camera. Fluffy, the foul mouth guy, is behind the camera. We got Josh, we got Ricky, and we got Nick standing over to the side. A cast of thousands. We're coming to you from the B.B.I.N studios here in beautiful downtown Red Creek, the new bar. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Buffalo Bills went down to the Meadowlands yesterday and took care of business. We beat the New York Giants 24-14. 28-14.
Should have been 24-14.
Should have been 24-14.
Some bullcrap penalty that we'll take.
We'll take it. I don't care as long as it wouldn't matter one way or the other. But we went down, and Josh Allen now is 2-0 at the Meadowlands, which is better than the combined records at the Meadowlands of the Giants and the Jets together. So anyway, it worked out pretty well. We had a great time, and you don't want to talk about the fingers thing anymore.
No, I don't want to do that because I don't want Fluff to be.
Yeah, we don't want Fluffy to start spewing obscenities back behind the camera. You just, Fluff, is there anything you got to say? No, good. Okay, that's good. Anyway, we were going really well, and we had to start all over again because Fluffy got a little foul mouth in the back.
Objects on the mind.
Yeah, apparently things are sticking in his brain. Anyway, what is the headline here, Deej? Jersey Boys. I like that because we played there last week. We played there this week.
I like the Buffalo paper. Kings of New York.
Kings of New York. They were talking to Josh Allen after the game, and some reporter from New York City, of course, said something about him having the opportunity to play in New York. And Josh said, I am in New York, meaning Buffalo, of course. And then he said, I play for the only team in New York, which is very true because, of course, the Jets and the Giants play in New Jersey. So there's only one team in New York. But we won't go into that right now. Anyway, this was, we were to an event yesterday, and I'll talk to that a little later, and I walk in, and it's already 7-0 Giants, and I'm thinking, oh, great,
Yeah, you
but
threw a pass.
just like last week, when the Giants marched right downfield on their opening drive, they did the same thing this week. And then the Bills came back.
Hope they don't this week, huh?
Yeah.
Do something different.
Willie's hoping that they don't score an opening drive this week because it just doesn't seem to go well for them.
Hey, but he was there to see it in person.
Yeah, Willie. We'll bring Willie in a few minutes. He was actually at the Meadowlands yesterday, so that was kind of cool. And it was cool for us because he got to watch him lose, and that's a great thing. Anytime, I love to have other people that root for other teams watch their teams lose. It's so fun. But anyway. They played a good game. I was telling the guys earlier, last week we played 2 good quarters of football. Yesterday we played 3 good quarters of football because the third quarter, we sucked. Yeah. We sucked. We let the Giants come right back, get in the game. It was 21-14, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. But then in the fourth quarter, we put on a beautiful drive, and that was it. That was all she wrote, and we ended up winning 28-14. There was, it was a fairly uneventful game. Everybody in New York, of course, is calling for Eli's head. It's not Eli's fault. This is a team that is in disarray. This is a team that's, and there again, am I speaking out of turn here, Will?
Absolutely not.
This is a team that they have no receivers.
They got the best running back in football and don't know what to do with them.
Their defense is suspect. They did play some decent ball yesterday. They sacked Josh Allen 3 times, but when things really counted, they couldn't shut him down. And
Josh had all day to throw the ball a lot
of
times.
And there again, they couldn't contain him. They couldn't. It just like I say,
a 98-yard drive.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
My cousin passed away, and we were to an event that was going to be a celebration of Chop's life, and he was actually supposed to be there. He passed away the night before, and so we went anyway, and I'm telling you, that's the way things should be done. I'm just saying that out there. To me, I don't like funerals. I don't like wakes. This was a great thing. We went, we laughed, we cried, we had a great time. Chop was a huge Buffalo Bills fan. He would have loved it. There was a lot of Bills stuff there to be auctioned off, and everybody there was in Bills gear, and it was just a great event. And anyway, they had the game on, And when we were leaving, the Bills were pinned on the 2-yard line, and I was thinking to myself, this is not a good thing.
Yeah, especially after last week.
After last week, right? Which again wasn't a safety, but we won't dwell on that. But anyway, we put out a 98-yard drive and went up 21-7
Was
at
that the
that
drive
point.
where he missed the open touchdown, or was
Yes.
it the drive before?
I think that was the drive.
One
Maybe
of
I'm
the
wrong.
two. He missed a wide.
He did open a wide open
John Brown,
John Brown.
for a touchdown. And
He
I
overthrew
thought,
him by about
oh,
10 yards.
same old Bills, and then he proceeded to. Okay, now we lead a touchdown drive
Right.
anyways.
So it worked out. So anyway, I like to think that the Bills pulled off that win for Chop. He'd have been right there with us, excited. Chop was the first man I ever knew with a Bills tattoo, and I'm talking 20 some odd years ago. We went to a family reunion, and Chop was there and showed me his Bills tattoo, and I thought that's really cool. And I've wanted one ever since, but I'm too chicken. Because I don't like needles. But anyway, so I like to think that the win was there, and I think Chop was smiling somewhere because, like I say, huge Bills fan. But anyway, it ended up being a good day for us, and the Bills are 2-0, and there's what was the stat? It's the first time we've been
2-0, starting the season on the road.
on the road
We never started 2-0 on the road
ever. Ever.
Of course, that's what I was talking about. How many times do you start?
Well,
season
that's
on
the
the road
thing.
2 games now? That's kind of weird.
Right, and you don't usually start 2 games on the road. You start maybe 1 game
I would
on the
say
road,
what,
and then you play,
5 out of the next 6 at home.
I don't
Some
know.
crazy thing like
I
that.
don't know.
It's like almost every game for the next month and a half is on.
Yeah,
the
I think you
back-to-back
guys got to
home
decide
and
who's one of those
bye
games because I'm going to be on a ship here in a couple of weeks, so I won't be going. But anyway, Deej, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, what am I talking about?
Whatever you want to talk about. You can
Around
talk
the
about the game, or you can talk around the league, and then I'm going to bring Will in
I mean,
because
there's
Will
just
was at
not
the game.
much to talk about the Bills game. It was just a solid. Like I said, it was like watching an actual NFL team.
It was
just
yes.
weird to watch.
From a fan point of view, it wasn't like last week where you're on the edge of your seats. It was
like
other than
this is how other
when the
teams
Giants
feel.
pulled in up to
Between 7,
21
yeah.
to 14. Then I started to get a little nervous,
Yeah,
but then
we quickly just boom,
we
there
quickly
you go, back
kind
up by
of
14.
put them out of their misery, and that was pretty much, I don't know what that was. Somebody ringing my doorbell. I don't know who it was or whatever. But there were some weird games yesterday around the NFL.
Hey, I found it faster.
Talk about Thursday night first?
Yeah.
Thursday night,
You watch Super Cam lose.
I watched Super Cam get his butt kicked again, and anytime I watch Cam lose,
He's looking rough.
it's just a good
And
time
he
for me
came out
because I
wearing
just
a handkerchief looking like grandma.
the guy is just he's a laughing stock. He's one of those guys that just I'm not saying the guy doesn't have talent, but he's just I just don't like him. He's arrogant. He's all the time just the stupid hairdos and everything else. It's like really grow up.
You know me, those black quarterbacks, my favorite thing in the world. But Cam, can't
No,
stand anybody.
just don't like it. I just don't like it. Yeah, James is it.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, let's not get
Here's the
fluffy
situation
excited
going
again.
on.
Yeah.
Close game. Texans beat the Jaguars 13-12 because Doug Maroon.
Yeah,
Our,
maroon is the key word here. Moron.
He decided to go for it.
Yeah. Gets down there and
point?
score instead of kicking the extra point, going into overtime.
Really?
Not moron. No.
Is he a rookie quarterback? Who is this porn star that's come out of nowhere?
Benishaw?
Yeah.
Yeah,
who is
his
this guy?
second year
Have
in
you seen
the
this guy?
No.
He's got a big old porn stash.
Yeah.
He came dressed like a 70s porn star with his shirt undone and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he looks great. I love the guy already. But they had a chance to win or go to overtime at least, and instead he tried to go for the win and looked like an idiot.
Right.
He got in a fight with his player.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't his fault though.
No.
That was
I
the
haven't seen the
player's fault.
video, but
The player, I mean, basically, if I was him,
well, it's Jalen Ramsey.
he'd be looking for a job today because I'd be just
he
getting
asked
rid
for a
of him.
trade.
He wouldn't have to ask for a trade. He'd be gone.
Upset. Lions beat the Chargers 13-10. A lot of was it like cross conference week? Because I feel like every game was AFC versus NFC yesterday. Anybody else notice that? A lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not this one though. Cowboys beat the Redskins 31-21.
And that wasn't even close as the
As it
score.
turned out.
No.
Colts beat the Titans 19-17. The Niners spanked.
2-0.
Yeah.
San Francisco's
where
2-0.
are the Niners coming
I
from?
know.
What is
They
that
spanked
garbage?
the Bengals 41-17.
Kyle Shanahan knows how to coach.
The Ravens beat the Cardinals 23-17. The Patriots beat the Dolphins 43-0.
Well, they played a high school team. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Dolphins are just, I mean, if the Giants are in disarray, the Dolphins are dead.
That'll be the only win we get this year.
Yeah,
Is beating the Dolphins.
Play the Dolphins?
Just
Now you got one win.
That's gonna be, I hope
Somebody
that's
said yesterday they figured the Giants are going to win 3 games. No, it wasn't the Giants. They said the Dolphins are going to win 3 games.
probably beat us.
Probably beat us.
I hope the Giants and the Dolphins game is a Monday night game because that's just prime time.
No,
Oh, yeah.
the Giants aren't on Monday night this year.
Yeah, sort of like watching tonight's
I
game.
don't think.
Again, like watching 2 fat people.
The Seahawks squeaked out a win over Pittsburgh, 28-26.
Roethlisberger's out for the season.
He's
Gone.
done.
He's done. Drew Brees.
Yeah, Drew Brees,
He's done for 6 weeks.
He's done. I don't even see that game on.
We just saw the Jets quarterback. I thought he had a flop and broken leg, and he was walking. So I don't get it. I don't know what
that
they
game
did.
literally isn't in.
Maybe it's broken. And he just
there it
doesn't realize it's that badly broken.
is.
Then he's walking on it going, "Oh, I'm okay."
Rams beat the Saints 27-9 in that game because Breeze went out real early. I know
Yeah.
I have him in 2 fantasy leagues.
He's out 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, Breeze is out 6 weeks.
The Chiefs were losing 10-0 to the Raiders. I'm like, holy cow, the Raiders are putting up a fight here. And then the Chiefs pulled out the 28-10 win. Packers beat the Vikings 21-16, and the Bears came back to beat the Broncos 16-14.
Which was a crock. They didn't come back. They were given the game, as far as I'm concerned.
another roughing the passer.
Another roughing the passer.
Pretty
Which
much
I mean, it
touching
was
is roughing
absolutely.
today.
It's going to get to the point where it's 2-hand touch on the quarterback, thanks to Tom Brady, Mr. Pretty Boy, and that's all these rules have been changed for him because he's 106 years old and the NFL still wants him to play. Don't even get me started and rolling on that moron and the moronic freaking idiots up there in Boston because I don't even want to talk about it. Speaking of Boston, how about them Red Sox? The Yankees, by the way, are getting ready to kind of take that whole American League East again, and hopefully
First time in a while.
Hopefully, we'll be headed back to the World Series. I don't see it happening. I don't think we're going to get by Houston, but stranger things have happened. We'll see. In all honesty, I don't give us enough credit because this is a Yankees team that has won a lot of games
with a lot of
guys that I swear to God I've never heard of and probably never will again. These are guys like, hey, here comes Fred Smurf, and he's batting third, and look, he just hit a grand slam. It's just unbelievable. So, hey, it's the doggone Wormis. It's my Wormis. The Wormis is up.
I thought she was bringing her dust.
I am. I'm fixing her shirt.
She's got to be on camera. Look how happy she is.
Hello, Worm. Give me the worm. Hey, this is the worm. How do that, girl? Sit right here.
You're
Papa.
famous now. People are
You're
going to want your
famous.
autograph.
Oh, everybody's going to want your autograph. How come you're so cute? Oh, it's the squirming worm. Oh, she don't want that thing. Here's with Papa. Here's with Papa.
What else? Syracuse.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of bad,
41-6 to
yeah,
Clemson.
they were never even. They
First
had been
half.
smarter to forfeit this game.
It was a game in the first half. They blew it.
They weren't in the game in the first half, Josh. They were out. They were
They had 2
outplayed.
goal line opportunities in the first half. It was a 1-possession game.
They should not have been ranked at the beginning of the year. That's
They
for
never
sure.
should have, and they really are.
And
We're
go.
good. I'm
Yep.
sorry about that. Sperm and Wormus has left me. Anyway, what were you saying?
I don't know. We're going to have
I
to
don't-
upload 2 videos.
I don't know. We're gonna have to upload 2 videos. Anyway, so we've covered the NFL. We've covered college.
Oh, we should get into WNBA. I was watching that the other night.
Let's not.
There was like 7 people there.
We've covered, yeah.
But they deserve to be paid just as much as NBA.
I want to bring Will in for a second before
Is
we
that
get up.
sexist?
Well, yes, it is. But Slick Willie's coming in. Slick Willie was at the game. Of course, because Slick Willie's a Giants fan. Ha! Anyway, Will.
First time at in Giant Stadium. It was actually really cool. The stadium was a brand new stadium built a couple years ago. The thing is massive. It holds 80-some thousand.
Which ours used to hold.
It was actually 50-50 with the fans. There's 50,
A lot of Bills fans
Buffalo
made
Bills
the
fans there.
trip. Yeah.
I mean, my hopes were not high. I'm glad I got to go to the game. I mean, it was,
Well, Will's been, forced to kind of follow the Bills his whole life because basically it's either that or die over here. So, I mean, even though he's a Giants fan, he still has followed the Bills. So it wasn't like you were unfamiliar with both teams.
Right. I know a lot because of this man.
And,
so.
and in all honesty, Will knows, if when the Giants are in the Super Bowl, as long as the Bills aren't there with them, I'm rooting for the Giants.
Absolutely.
And
hey, we beat the Patriots twice. That's all that matters.
that's right. Damn straight. Eli's my hero. because man, you
I
know,
would like to talk about that for a second about Eli. I think he's getting a bad rap. He has no weapons.
No.
Like you guys were saying earlier. You know, if he was on another team, if he played for the Cowboys, he'd look
if
great.
Eli had a team around him, because as far as I'm concerned, okay, they want to talk about dip more on Brady.
Yes.
Brady goes to the Super Bowl with twice the team that Eli had that same year.
Yes.
Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely.
Twice the team. And Eli beats him. You know why that is? Because Eli's a better quarterback. Don't care what anybody says. Don't care what stats say. Eli's a better quarterback than Tom Brady ever thought of being. The only thing that saves Tom Brady is the system and the team that is put around him and the fact that the NFL caters to his ass. It's as simple as that.
I agree 100%.
And you know, Eli's twice the man. Eli's twice the quarterback. So, you know, if, hey, Giants want to get rid of Eli, I'll take him in a second. I'm not going to put him in front of Josh, but I'll certainly take him as a backup. He just hasn't had the weapons at his disposal. And he has been able to get to the Super Bowl a few times without those weapons at his disposal. And that's why he has 2 MVPs. His brother's only got 1. Very true. Eli will never be as good as Peyton was. But doing what he did with the teams he had to work with is what makes it amazing. And there again, if Peyton had had the teams that Tom Brady's had to work with, Peyton would probably have 12 Super Bowls under his belt. Simple as that. It's just, so don't tell me about Tom Brady. Mediocre quarterback at best. I'll go to my grave believing that. So anyway, I'm sorry. Well,
No, you're fine. I appreciate you having me on and keep coming.
it's
the rest
good.
of the
It's
season.
good to have Will here. It's good to have everybody here. You know, we've the last few years we haven't been able to have everybody here, and so I thought Donnie would show up tonight.
He's sick.
Is he?
Yeah, he's sick.
So you know, it's nice to have everybody here. It's nice to we got a nice
Snacks.
bar. We got snacks.
Life
I'm
is
going to be
good.
sick. Life is good. The Bills are 2-0.
Yeah, we got
What can I
foul
say?
mouth Fluff sitting over
We got
there.
foul mouth Fluffy over here. So if we ever want swear words, we can just ask him. Hopefully, before the end of the season, you know, Josh will be my next door neighbor. That's a scary thought to even think about, but you know, Josh won't have far to come back and forth for the games. We'll be right there, and maybe we'll go over and do a report from Josh's house because he's right here. So that'll be cool. Anyway,
Maybe. Just kidding. I was gonna say we can get Indianapolis Jones on to the show.
no,
Not a chance.
No. Anyway, I have nothing more. Nick,
Yeah.
you got anything? Josh?
Hey, Sabres played their first preseason game tonight.
I did see that. Yeah. Anyway, this game we're watching tonight is Cleveland and
Jets.
And the Jets.
At the Meadowlands again.
at the Meadowlands again. And right now Cleveland's up
13-3.
13-3. 6. Oh, they scored again.
Yeah.
Well,
16-3. We haven't had that pause.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we've had it pause for
years.
like 8 years.
We never talked about last night's game, did we?
It's about
Falcons and
Yeah.
Eagles game.
Oh no, we
We
didn't.
didn't. That was a
No,
great game.
it was a good
That was
game.
back and
I
forth,
watched
and,
that whole game.
Falcons ended up pulling that
Falcons
out.
ended up winning.
I don't
I was
remember
rooting
the
for the
final score.
Eagles,
It's not
but
the paper.
like I say, but the Falcons did win. Anyway, I'm Daryl DeVall.
I am too.
For everybody here at the B.B.I.N studios, thanks for coming. We'll see you next
Who
week.
knows? Cincinnati at home.
Cincinnati at home. I didn't do a touch roll. We'll talk about it next week.